Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets and you can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. Written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time on exam day when you're working through your exam paper. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And now we're going to continue with the paper B of the grade 1 2018 practice papers. So if you turn with me to page 8, we'll have a look at question 3. So then question 3 is looking at semitones. Now have a little go of this on your own first of all. It doesn't matter if you go wrong, it's always better to learn by your mistakes. You'll learn much more actively than that, just instead of passively copying. So I'm hoping you've had a go of this. One good way of approaching these questions regarding semitones is to visualise the piano keyboard. You can just sketch one out on a piece of scrap paper. It doesn't have to be a work of art. A bit of practice and you soon get used to drawing these out. Even if you don't play piano, it's a good visual aid, and you can very easily then see all of the semitones at a quick glance. So then, we're asked in the first part of question 3 to draw a circle around the higher note of these pairs. Now then, we know that a sharp raises by a semitone, and therefore the sharp must be higher than the natural, and we can see that. Here is F sharp, here is F natural. We can see that the sharp raises by a semitone, and so the sharp must therefore be the higher of the two. We know that a flat lowers by a semitone, and therefore the natural must be the higher of the two, and we can see that there's a B flat, there's a B natural, and so we can see that B natural must be higher than B flat. And so really, without even worrying about what note is what, here we can see that the sharp must be higher than the natural, or the natural must be higher than the flat of the same note. But to double check those, you can see that C sharp is higher than C natural. That's the bass clef 1, and here we can see that E natural is higher than E flat. So we double checked those, and here we have an F natural and an F sharp, and so of course F sharp must be higher because the sharp raises the note by a semitone. So now we've got the similar thinking, but this next question asks us to highlight the lowest of the pair of notes. And so we have here an E natural and an E flat. We know that a flat lowers by a semitone, therefore E flat must be lower, and we can see E natural, E flat, lower by a semitone. And so if a sharp raises by a semitone, C natural must therefore be lower than C sharp. And we can see there's C sharp, there's C natural. It must therefore be lower because the sharp has raised the note. So again, similar principle, F sharp is higher, F natural is the lower of the two because F sharp raises by a semitone. Now we know a flat lowers by a semitone, and therefore B flat must be lower than B natural, and A flat must be lower than A natural. So there we go, that's that question easily done. Let's move on to the next question. Now this one, there's no alternative but just to revise your key signatures. If you play an instrument, it may well be that you've played these scales, so don't forget that what you play on your instrument is the same topic as what you work on in your theory. Don't think it's a separate topic. They're both musical instruments and musical scales, so the principle remains. So you may have played these scales, alternatively you've just got to revise them. And so have a little go, have a revise, test yourself, try not to peep, and then we can check these through together. So I'm hoping you've had a go. So a key signature with 2 sharps, F sharps and C sharps is D major. When there's 1 sharp, it's always an F sharp. And when there's 2 sharps, it's always F sharp plus the next one, which is C sharp. It's always those same sharps. So D major has 2 sharps. G major has a key signature of 1 sharp, which is F sharps. Interestingly, the last sharp of your key signature is always the 7th degree of your scale. So if your key signature, the last sharp is F sharp, 7 to 8, F sharp to G gives you your key note. So here your last sharp is C sharp, F sharp to C sharp. C sharp is the 7th, taking you to the 8th, D, there's your key note. So that's another little way. That's only with sharps though. So a key signature with 1 flat, it's always a B flat, is F major. You could just remember, oh, what am I writing there? I'm writing flat. F major. You can also just give yourself a bit of a revision clue and think F for flat. So that might just help you remember. The scale or key, which has no sharps or flats, is C major. So no key signature means we're in C major. And so we've already answered that. This is the B flat in the treble clef. This is B flat in the bass clef. F major has the key signature of 1 flat B flats. And we've already answered this one here. Our key signature is F sharp, and that takes us to G major. So just a bit of revision there to get to grips with those key signatures. So with the same principle now, we're going to reapply those key signatures by actually writing the scales. So we're asked to use semi-breves, whole notes, and that means we don't have to worry about stems. We need to write 1 octave of each of these scales below. Now sometimes we can be asked to use a key signature like we've seen here, or sometimes we're asked to not use a key signature but to add the key signature as accidentals as we go along. So C major must of course begin on C. We're asked to be ascending, that means going up, so we need to start on a low C. So all cows, there's our bottom C. And scale literally means step, so we're just going a next door note, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, and then the line will need to be a ledger line because we've run out of the 5 lines of the stave here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's our octave beginning and ending on C. Everything's present and correct. Now we would have to add our accidentals. However, C major has a key signature of no sharps or flats, and so there are no accidentals. So that's complete. That's the job done there. Now we're in the treble clef for this next one, and we need to write the scale of D major descending, coming downwards. So I'm going to start on a reasonably high D. Scale is steps, so line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, taking us to D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's our octave beginning and ending on D. Now D major would have a key signature of F sharps and C sharps. It's just getting to grips with remembering that. And so I always add these in the order that they come in the key signature, so I know that I'm not going to miss one. So D, E, F sharp, the sharp comes before the note we need to know before we play it. And then C sharp is our second. So that's that question completed. I do hope that's helpful to you. I hope this is helping you to really get to grips with all of the information in the Grade 1 Music Theory syllabus. These past papers, these practice papers, are an excellent revision resource to help you to really revise and prepare for your exam. So I hope that you're enjoying working through these with you. I'm certainly enjoying it. If you can give me a like, that would be really fab, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please also do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information available to help you there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.